There we go.
Good morning and welcome to Hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to six, and the general manager of Dan Cummins Chevrolet Buick in Paris, Kentucky, the second largest used car franchise dealer in the United States of America. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Yo, good morning. What's up, everybody? I hope you guys are excited and jacked up about today because I am excited and jacked up about today. It is going to be a beautiful day today. It's supposed to be a sunny 77 degrees on this Wednesday, June 6th. And we're going to start things off just a little bit different today because I got something for you guys that I think you're going to like. So check this out as everybody.
See, a lot of people think that success happens overnight.
That's right.
People think they're going to get rich quick.
I like it.
But I'm going to tell you right now that is not the
Hope you're
case.
ready.
You got to get up every single day. You got to work hard. You got to chase your own dreams. You got to chase your own ambitions. You got to chase your own goals. You got to get up and go get it. You got to get it for yourself. Nobody's going to give that to you. It's yours to get.
I'm a cook.
I'll rise and grind. Wake up and see my mind. I'll rise and grind. Don't wanna waste my time. I'll rise and grind. Wake up and see my mind. I'll rise and grind. Don't wanna waste my time. I'll rise and grind. Wake up and see my mind. I'll rise and grind. Don't wanna waste my time. I'll rise and grind. Wake up and see my mind. I'll rise and grind. Don't wanna waste my time. I'll rise and grind, but I stay up late. Overtime, cause I wanna get paid. Got an hour to roll, but I don't wanna be late. Got minutes to go, man, I just wanna be safe. Gotta stack up the bread, put it in the safe. Invest in your mind, how you gonna be made. Gotta push yourself right every day. Gotta push your limits in every way. If I said it, then I meant it. I'm a certified go-getter. Hang around hungry gorilla. ATC, you know we winning. You see me, I'm here to get it. On my life, let's make some riches. Oh dear God, let me be rich so I can get it for my son. That's my why, my only one. I won't stop until I'm done. I'm here to fight until I've won. I know my journey's just begun. Yeah, make a dream for your vision. Make a goal for your dream. Make a plan for your goal. Man, you gotta succeed. Man, I gotta succeed. So with my pen, I'm writing prophecies. I'm marching on and ain't nobody stopping me. I'm doing right because my son is watching me. I rise and grind. That's the way I got to me. Ayy, I rise and grind. Wake up and see my mind. I rise and grind. Don't wanna waste my time. I rise and grind. Wake up and see my mind. I rise and grind. Don't wanna waste my time. I rise and grind. Wake up and see my mind. I rise and grind. Don't wanna waste my time. I rise and grind. Wake up and see my mind. I rise and grind. Don't wanna waste my time.
Hey, how about that right there, folks? That is what I'm talking about. That is my boy, Frankie Sanders, right? This kid works for me. This kid rises and grind. And this kid has been watching the Rise and Grind show for the last 5 months. And this kid is like, hey, you know what? He said, Glenn, he actually quit, man. He quit on me last week at Dan Cummins because he said, Glenn, I've got to go pursue my real dreams, man. My dreams and my visions aren't in the auto industry. My dreams and my visions are music, man. He said, I want to freaking do music. That's what I want to do. So he wrote that song. He wrote that music. He created that whole thing. He has a whole album, and he quit his job, which I hate to lose him. He's a good dude. He was selling 20-something plus cars a month. He's a good dude, but what he wants to do is he is packing up. He's traveling across the country to California to pursue his dreams and his vision, and who am I to hold that back? So I wanted to share that with you guys a little bit. I'll give you a link. I'll figure out a link so you guys can get that, so you can rock that song, because that song rocks. so you can rock that song. So we had to start a little bit different. If y'all just getting up in here, you need to go back and listen because there is a Rise and Grind song that is dope. Now, we're going to talk about a couple things today, but I wanted to start it off that way and get everybody hyped. So with that said, I do have to say good morning to my friend Archie. I got to say good morning to my friend Jay. I got to say good morning to my man Aaron Jones, who's up in here. I got to say good morning to Rick Berman and Sheila, and again to Rick Berman a second time just because I love Rick Berman. I got to say good morning to Jessica Terrell and Scott Simons, Josh O. And I'm not going to play music while I'm saying good morning to everybody because we already played music, and that music's so hype that the next music wouldn't be so hype. So good morning, Jeffrey Lee Barton, Beth Workman. Make sure you guys hit that share button as we get rocking and rolling this morning. Make sure you hit the share button because today is day 6 of hashtag unrecognizable. And now is about the time, and for those of you that don't know what the hashtag unrecognizable is all about, we have talked about as a group getting together and attacking one thing in our lives. Dude, AJ Anderson, you missed it. I just now saw you in here. Dude, there is a song I played at the beginning. You're going to love it. Anyways, attack one thing in our life. This one thing that is when we attack that one thing and we make that change in our life, it's going to affect so many other things in our life. It's going to make us unrecognizable. Right? We're going to be relentless about it for 30 straight days, and we're going to share our wins and losses with everybody else. We're going to comment and like and encourage each other to push each other, and ultimately the goal is after 30 straight days to become unrecognizable. Ultimately, to look completely different 30 days from now than you do right now. And I don't just mean physically, unless that's your deal. We can talk about physically, but I'm also talking about spiritually. I'm talking about mentally. I'm talking about in your career. I'm talking about it with your families. There's lots of different areas that we want to become unrecognizable, right? Now, right around this time, as we get 6 or 7 days into becoming unrecognizable, we usually have made an excuse or two for some of the things that we're attacking and some of the things that we're working on, right? Like last night, for example, I'm supposed to be doing 2-a-days, and I've been working out harder than I've ever worked out before. Last night, Josh Cummins and Jeremy and I, we stayed late at this new dealership. I didn't get home until 10:45 at night, so I did not do my second workout last night. I didn't, and I made excuses for it, and it's just hard because I'm creating a new habit that takes a little bit of time. And so it's hard, and this is kind of the time where when we're creating these new habits, we're going to run into some walls. We're gonna run into some walls, and it just kind of happens. And my buddy Eric, he actually sent me a message yesterday. I want to address it real quick. My buddy Eric sent me a message, and he's like, "Hey Glenn, I have a question for you. It seems like when things are going good in my life, it's easy for me to stay on top and attack my physical and eat right and things like that." When he said, he basically said when when business is good, then it's easier for him to get up and work out. When business is good, it's easier for him to diet right. When business is good, it's easier for him to get up and go to church and be more tied in spiritually. When his business is going good, things go good. But when his business starts to turn around a little bit, when one area of his life starts to turn around a little bit, it seems to drag down the rest. And so his question to me was, how do you keep the discipline through those different times, the good times and the bad times? How do you stay disciplined and on track when you're trying to do these things like become unrecognizable? And my answer is twofold. My answer one is, hey, don't, like we talked about yesterday, we can't focus on the times where we mess up, man. Okay? When we focus on our wins, then winning is the only thing. When we count all our wins, then winning is the only thing that counts. We can't focus on the losses because we're going to make mistakes. We're creating new habits. And until something becomes an instinct, a reflex, a reactionary event, until that point, we're going to have to stumble and we're going to struggle through it a little bit, okay? It's not just going to become easy. So on one side, just know that it's okay. And the next day, you just do it, just start over again. Don't beat yourself up too bad for falling off the wagon a little bit yesterday. But here's the other thing. That it takes a mindset shift to become disciplined, okay? It takes an absolute mindset shift, because here's what you have to understand. You have to understand that the routine, the things that you are trying very hard to establish, the things that you are trying to work on every single day, you have to understand that that routine is actually the baseline that gets you through everything else. You understand? It is the baseline that gets you through. When things start to happen negatively at work, or things are happening negatively in your environment with your relationship, or things are starting to happen negatively with your spirituality, or things are just not going your way in certain areas of your life, you have to understand that that discipline, that morning routine, that thing that you're doing for yourself, your gratitude, your goals, the way you're eating, the working out in the morning, those disciplines are the baseline. See, they're the one thing that you can control when everything else around you can sometimes get a little out of control. So it's a mindset shift. It's an understanding that these are not just disciplines just to make my body look better. These are not just disciplines to make my relationship stronger. These are disciplines that I can now use as a baseline to get me through everything else in life. You see, my morning routine is my baseline. I jump out of bed. I throw on the headphones. I put on the music. I write down the gratitude. I write down the goals. I write my show. I hop on the show. I share with you guys. I go to the gym, or I go play golf, whatever it is. That's my baseline. By the time 8 o'clock hits, by the time I get to work and people start throwing everything at me, like the emails and the texts and all the struggles and the things that go along with running a really, really massive dealership, by the time my wife is dealing with the stuff that she's got to deal with, and she's messaging me, and the bills are coming in, and all that life is going on, by the time I get to that point, I can get through it because I have that baseline. I've dialed in that discipline. And when you change the mind and you start to shift your mind to understanding that constant, that baseline, that one thing that you're doing for yourself every day, when you shift your mind and start to realize that that is the thing that's going to get you through everything else, then it becomes beyond important, man. It becomes beyond important. It almost becomes easy. Okay, check it out. I got a freaking funny story for you guys, man. I got a funny story for you guys. And for those of you that got here late, you have to go back and watch the first 3.5 minutes of this show, because there is a song that Homeboy wrote. There is a song that is off the
See, a lot of people think that success happens.
And you got to go back and watch it, okay? I ain't got time to play it again, but you got to go back and watch it. All right, check it out. I'm going to take you back in time real quick, okay? I'm like 10, 11 years old. I'm 10, 11 years old, and I'm hanging out with my boy James Sims. Me and James Sims been friends forever and ever and ever and ever and ever, right? So I'm hanging out with James Sims, 10, 11 years old, somewhere right in there. And what James and I used to like to do is we used to like to stay up late at night, right? We used to like to stay up late at night, and we would watch these infomercials. And then they would say, like, call this 1-800 number and you can get a free packet of whatever. But try this for free. You know, back then it wasn't Viagra, but whatever. And so we would always call these 1-800 numbers, and we would order stuff all the time. Yeah, Tyler Haley knows good old James. So we would order all this stuff, man, and we would fill my mom's mailbox. She would get all this junk. I mean, imagine if your kid or somebody in your life just went on and started signing up for every piece of junk mail humanly available, right? Every piece of junk mail humanly available. So we'd get all this stuff sent to us. So we're sitting up late at night and we're watching an infomercial. And back then, there's a guy named Scott. I don't remember his last name. It's a guy named Scott, but he was the human calculator. And they had this awesome infomercial where this guy, Scott, standing on stage in front of all of these people, and people are throwing numbers at him. They're throwing numbers at him. They're throwing numbers at him, right? And he's adding up all the numbers in their head, and everybody in the audience has a little calculator, and they're trying to keep up with him. And he's like, boom, 1,475. Throw me another number. Okay, 287. Throw me another number. 7,456. Throw me another number. And they're throwing all these numbers on it, right? And everybody's trying to beat him, and he's like whipping out the answers. Bam, 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 just like that. And I'm like, dang, this is dope. This is so stinking cool. The guy's faster than a calculator. You kidding me? They can't stump him, James. It's awesome. So we're watching the infomercial, and James, my man, James is like, yo, bro, we got to order that, man. And if you knew James, it was more like, yo, bro, yo, yeah, man, we're going to go ahead and get that. We're going to go ahead and get that. That would be more like James, right? James is cool. James was way cooler than I ever freaking was. He was stinking cool. So we order this human calculator, and the plan is we're going to sit down together. We're going to learn how to do this human calculator stuff where we can learn this math, right? And so James orders it, and it comes in, and it's all in like the plastic. It's got these cassette tapes, and it's got these little workbooks, and it's got like a VCR tape. For those of you that don't know what that is, it's freaking, it's a big like 8x4-inch thing that you stuck in the VCR. Well, what now you would call a DVD player or a Blu-ray, I guess. I guess DVD's even out. I can't even keep up. So anyways, we got this VCR, and we plug this thing right in. I don't drink coffee, Kagan, no caffeine for me. So we plug this thing in. I'm a ketones guy. Ketones, bro. If you got questions about ketones, go to glennlundy.proveit.com. All right, so prove it now. Ha! Sorry, you guys distracted me. So pop in the tape. Human calculator. We start learning. We're grinding, right? We're figuring it out. We're like, okay, check it out. It's Egyptian mathematics, okay? It's a binary system. They use 0 through 10 are the only numbers, and you actually add left to right. You do your math left to right instead of right to left. So we sit there and we study and we learn it. And after the first day, James is like, yeah, man, that's cool, man. I'm good, man. I'm not gonna do that no more, right? He said, I'm not going to do that no more, right? I'm like, all right, cool. So James bows out. I dive in, and for months, I watch these tapes. I studied this math. All right. So fast forward. 7 years ago, I'm working at Dan Cummins Chevrolet in Buick in Paris, Kentucky. I'm a salesman. The owner, Dusty Cummins, him and I go to we go to Keeneland, man. We go to the horse races. We're watching the horse races, and I'm calculating odds in my head and stuff. I'm spitting out all these numbers, and I'm telling Dusty, like, boom, boom, if that hits, it's going to pay, $77.40. If that hits right there, it'll pay $137 if you go that route, but you're going to risk this much. I'm giving them all the odds. I'm giving them all the numbers. I'm just running the math because that's what I do, because I studied this human calculator back when I was like 11. And so this math, the way my brain works, I can do math really strong in my head. So I'm doing all this stuff, right? Bam, 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 bam. And Dusty's like, dang, look at this dude. Dusty goes back to the dealership. And I'm going somewhere with all this. Dusty goes back to the dealership, tells his brother Josh, hey, Josh Cummins, this guy Glenn Lundy is a wizard with numbers. He's an absolute wizard with numbers. And we need to make him our next sales manager. He can help. And that is one of the major reasons that I am now in the position that I am in today. Now running the second largest used car franchise dealership in the country. And now we have a new dealership that we're working on. And it's all literally, it stemmed from my ability to do math really well. And my ability to do math really well stemmed from the human calculator. Can you believe that? When I was 11 years old, an infomercial completely changed my life today. And so I thought there's a couple things that we can learn from this, and we don't have a lot of time. I've gone way over on time. So I'm just going to run through these really super fast. But there's a couple things we can learn from this. First thing that we can learn from this is you need to always have a friend around you who has a little bit of money. I didn't have no money back then, dude. I could only get the free stuff from the infomercials. But my boy James, dude, he was loaded, man. Kid always had all kinds of cash. So he's like, yeah, man. We need to just go on there and buy that. You know what I'm saying? We just go on there and buy that. So one thing that I can share with you is it's always good to have a friend who has a little bit of money, man, for real. Secondly, you always got to take full advantage of the opportunities that come in front of you. Dude, James bought this human calculator program. I got it. He dropped out. I dropped in, and I love James, but he's still turning wrenches, and I'm running stores. I'm just saying. He's still turning wrenches. Yeah, there's no mic to take notes. All right? So take advantage of the opportunities that you get in front of you, man. If somebody presents something in front of you, dive right in. Go full on, man. dig into that stuff. You never know. That one opportunity, that thing that you learn, whether you're when you're young or when you're old, that thing that you learn, it just might affect and give you an opportunity to change your life later down the road. All right? Another thing that we can learn from that is you got to help and include others. You just might change their lives. James included me. Okay? James included me when he bought the human calculator, dude, for real. He included me in a lot of things. He used to buy remote control cars, and he would take care of me, and he always included me. He never left me out, you know. And so make sure you're including people. You just might change their lives. For example, this group. Make sure you're inviting people to the group. Make sure you're inviting them. Make sure you're hitting that share button so you can get this stuff out there, man. You just never know. One moment, one crazy infomercial could change somebody's life. You just never know. And the last one, real quick, is show people who you really are, man. Like raw and uncensored. When Dusty saw me in my natural environment running crazy stinking numbers out there at the horse race, you know, when he saw the real me, not the guy with the just shirt and tie that was just selling cars there at the dealership, but when he saw me in my natural habitat, the raw me, that's when he fell in love with me, man. That's when he decided I needed to be promoted and they needed me to run their story, you know? So just be yourself. Be yourself. All right, guys, I tried to pack way too much into one show, man. I'm sorry. I tried to pack way too much in one episode, but I got all jacked up because of this song right here that my boy created, you know, the Rise and Grind.
See, a lot of people...
Yeah, y'all thought I was going to play it again. I might play it again real quick. But before I do that, I need you guys to do me a huge favor, okay? Do me a huge favor. There is one guy right now that is absolutely on his way to becoming unrecognizable. A guy that I admire. His name's Josh Cummins, right? Josh Cummins just bought a new dealership, and him and I and Dusty Cummins and Jeremy Cummins and Jeremy Cummins, me and Jeremy and the Cummins brothers and all the leaders, you know, Tim Hollyfield and Sue, we're really trying to come together. Yesterday we sold one car. The day before that, we sold one car. The day before that, we sold one car. Like, this is a one-car-a-day store, and we're trying to grow and do things, and it's really, really exciting, and he's trying to become unrecognizable. And so if you guys will just do me a favor today, Josh Cummins' birthday is today. I know you'll probably see it on Facebook, and we usually, you know, you click in there and you say happy birthdays and all that stuff. Super, super cool. But I would love if the Rise and Grind group, I would love if the Rise and Grind group would just send him, like, extra love. You know what I'm saying? Send him some extra love. Hit the hashtag unrecognizable, because the dude is really, truly becoming unrecognizable. So, you know, maybe when you post happy birthday on his timeline, just hit the hashtag unrecognizable. Maybe come over the top. Maybe thank him for being supportive of me and this show, because could you imagine if I worked for a company that wasn't supportive of this kind of stuff and I wasn't able to do this kind of stuff? You know what I'm saying? So let's just give him some extra love today, dude. He's a freaking awesome, awesome guy, full of character, and today's his birthday, and I want us all to celebrate it. All right, we're going to shut down like that. You guys, if you need more videos, go to GlennLundy.com. If you need gear, go to GlennLundy.com. If you need tickets to the event, August 12th, go to GlennLundy.com. And then I am going to listen to this one more time because this song is dope. So we're going to listen to it one more time.
See, a lot of people think that success happens overnight. People think they're going to get rich quick. But I'm going to tell you right now that that is not the case. You gotta get up every single day. You gotta work hard. You gotta chase your own dreams. You gotta chase your own ambitions. You gotta chase your own goals. You gotta get up and go get it. You gotta get it for yourself. Nobody's gonna give that to you. It's yours to get.
I'm a cook.
I'll rise and grind. Wake up and see my mind. I'll rise and grind. Don't wanna waste my time. I'll rise and grind. Wake up and see my mind. I'll rise and grind. Don't wanna waste my time. Rise and grind, wake up and see my mind. I rise and grind, don't wanna waste my time. I rise and grind, wake up and see my mind. I rise and grind, don't wanna waste my time. I rise and grind, but I stay up late. Overtime, cause I wanna get paid. Got an hour to roll, but I don't wanna be late. Got minutes to go, man, I just wanna be safe. Gotta stack up the bread, put it in the safe. Invest in your mind, how you gonna be made. Gotta push yourself right every day. Gotta push your limits in every way. If I said it, then I'm in it. I'm a certified go-getter. Hang around hungry gorillas. At GC, you know we winning. You see me, I'm here to get it. On my life, let's make some riches. Oh dear God, let me be rich so I can get it for myself. son. That's my why, my only one. I won't stop until I'm done. I'm here to fight until I've won. I know my journey's just begun. Yeah, make a dream for your vision. Make a goal for your dream. Make a plan for your goal. Man, you gotta succeed. Man, I gotta succeed. So with my pen, I'm writing prophecies. I'm marching on and ain't nobody stopping me. I'm doing right because my son is watching me. I rise and grind, that's the way I got to me. Ayy, I rise and grind. Wake up and feed my mind. I rise and grind. Don't wanna waste my time. I rise and grind. Wake up and feed my mind. I rise and grind. Don't wanna waste my time. I rise and grind. Wake up and feed my mind. I rise and grind. Don't wanna waste my time. I rise and grind. Wake up and feed my mind. I rise and grind. Don't wanna waste my time.
Told you it was dope, hey. And editing, that's my favorite part too. I'm a certified go-getter. I was like, dang! Dropping it like that? Certified go-getter? Dude, it's freaking dope. Anyways, I gotta go, guys. Have a great day today. Hey, you're amazing. And I don't know if anybody's told you yet today. But hey, I absolutely love you, man. I love you. You're part of this elite group of people that are choosing every single day to rise and grind, and you're making an impact on people's lives, man. All your posts, all your encouragement, all your likes, all your comments, all your shares, you're making an impact on people's lives with your coworkers, with your friends, with your family members, dude. It's amazing. What you are doing is amazing, and I, for one, absolutely love you for it. I really do. Come back and join me again tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m. Maybe I'll have a little bit more structure tomorrow because today I just wanted to have fun. So I hope you had fun because I know I sure as heck did. Have a great day. It's going to be beautiful today. See you guys.